What's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are having a good day today. I am doing the same thing as well. Today, I'm here for a beer review, not a channeling. I've not had time to meditate recently or do anything like that. I do have, obviously things around, but haven't really had time to dive into it. So, doing just a beer review today. And what we have for you guys today, ladies and gentlemen, is a beer that proved me wrong. So I tried this not too long ago, probably a couple weeks ago, like 2, 3 weeks ago. I tried this beer. The guy at the store told me it was really good. I've been told that this brewery is not good, and I've had some of their other beers before, and I just didn't really like it. So I just automatically had this, kind of like judgment that because the beers I tried from them weren't good, just don't even matter. But I tried this beer and I was surprised at actually how pleasant it really was. It was a good beer. So I got it again today to do a beer review. So we have Two Brothers Hop Centric Double IPA. And Two Brothers, if you're from Illinois, then you're already aware of them most likely. They're from Warrenville, Illinois, but Two Brothers owns the Peyton Roundhouse. So if any of you guys have ever heard of the Peyton Roundhouse, especially the older people, Walter Payton had the Roundhouse. There was a lot of it was a restaurant. There was parties, wedding ceremonies. I think a bar was there too. And then like the Walter Payton memorial they had there basically of his stuff. So Two Brothers bought out the Roundhouse years ago. It's probably like 6 years ago, something like that, maybe more. So they bought that out. It became a brewery, and even though a lot of people do go there today, um, everyone tells me their beer is really not that good. But this beer was not bad at all, and I really enjoyed it. So Two Brothers, it says Warrenville, but I would also say Aurora because the Roundhouse is in Aurora, and everyone's gonna know Two Brothers from the Roundhouse. So that's why I'm saying even though it says Warrenville, keep Aurora in mind as well. And this is Aurora where I'm at. So from here, probably like 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive from here. Aurora's pretty big. So I mean, if you want to go to the opposite side, like right now I'm by Naperville. So if I drive to North Aurora, that's gonna take me like almost an hour, maybe. Just to get to the other side, basically. So pretty big city. But either way, guys, let's get into it. Now this beer, it has a lot of malt to it. You guys know that I'm not a big malt fan, but I was surprised at how balanced this was with the hops. A lot of times when you get a malt bomb or something like that, it's all malt, not enough hops, not balanced. I know some people, because I can't sort of talk about myself, some people actually don't like beers that don't have that balance of malt and hops, and I like the beers that don't have malt and just all hops and fruit and all that. But this one's very well balanced, so I feel even if you're a malt person, if you're a hoppy person, doesn't matter. I think you're going to enjoy this beer. So that's another reason I want to do this for the review. I feel a lot of people would enjoy this. So I want to give you guys something that I think you guys would want to go out and definitely try. And if you can get this beer from your area, definitely let me know. And also in the comments, let me know just where you're from too. Like it would be cool to see like, hey, I got Two Brothers and I'm in, Wisconsin or Indiana or Missouri, wherever. It doesn't matter. I don't think they have Two Brothers everywhere. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're that big. So who knows? But I was gonna look up a review for you guys to give you kind of just a little information on what to look out for this beer, but I decided not to because I mean I know what I'm doing, so it's kind of like why do that? What's the point of having a beer review channel if you're gonna look up another review and then do your review, whatever. So right now you can definitely tell that this beer is not outdated and it has a pretty good head on it. I don't know if it's unfiltered. Let's do the test. Okay, that looks unfiltered. Honestly, that does. I don't know. Maybe I can try reading for you guys, see if it says anything. Yeah, it doesn't say. But I will read this for you guys because I always love what they have on the side of the beer cans. Hop-Centric is a beer that insists on being different, standing out from the crowd with giant hop flavors and powerful aromas of pine and citrus. Big and hop forward, this double IPA's hop profile is balanced nicely by caramel and brown sugar notes. So that's actually very interesting. A hint of spice and an abundance of complex fruit characteristics round out this unrelentingly flavorful ale. Released just in time for Two Brothers Summer Festival, Hop-Centric brings massive hops and flavors to the season. Cheers. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good description. And by the way, guys, if you're like me and you like very bitter beer, then you're in luck. This beer, they actually put the IBUs on the can, which I think they should always do that. Just a lot of people look out for that kind of stuff. But anyways, 100.1. Let's see if I can get that in there for y'all. Without light, 100.1. There you go. IBUs, 9.9% alcohol. So this is going to be a very strong beer for sure. Absolutely. And that's probably why it comes in a 4-pack. Like I've said, it doesn't come with a 6-pack. So when you get a 10% beer, usually it's 4, because who's going to drink 6 of those? Oh, I don't even want to imagine. I've probably done it before too, honestly. Artesian brewery. I want to look that up. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't know what artesian means really. So. But anyways, guys, let's get into it. So I definitely think this is unfiltered. I mean, usually you can tell by the test. Not all the time. Especially because it has some brown sugar notes in it, and it's very malty. So it's going to be darker, obviously. It just makes sense. For a nose for you guys, what's in this beer? Let's figure this out. So right off the bat, this reminds me of the Raja and the Maharaja beer that I've had from Avery. It smells and probably tastes a little bit like that. It's whatever hops they use, I believe. I could be wrong though, so let me know if I'm wrong for sure. Okay, I'm getting pine, grapefruit. Good start. And it's very hoppy, but I'm not sure what kind of hops are in this. I really don't know. It's a very unique smell, like the Avery brewery. I think they use hops that aren't used as much compared to others. So I feel like their majority of their hops are like ones that other companies use less. And it gives off a very distinct smell, kind of like the what are those hops? Mosaic hops. Because Mosaic hops have that astringent cat urine kind of strong smell to it. And this doesn't have exactly that. I don't think that this is Mosaic, but it does give off that astringent, lingering smell to it. It's not bad. It's just something that you're not used to. So this is going to be a unique beer for sure. It's going to stand out compared to other ones. It's going to taste completely different. I'm getting some tropical notes. I'm getting more, I want to say more pears, apricots into this beer. Not much pineapple. I think it might be just the pine. I'm not sure. It has a strong fruitiness to it, but not what you would think. Not the mango, pineapple-y, super strong smell like that. Like I said, this is more of a pear, apricots, a deeper. I personally look at it as like a deeper taste and smell, a deeper fruit, if that makes sense. Deeper notes. That's a good way to put it. And you can definitely smell the alcohol. Not too much, honestly. And it's whatever hops are in this is very strong. So it's definitely masking the alcohol. But in the taste, from what I remember from a few weeks ago, I believe this does taste kind of heavy on the alcohol side. But mainly it's pine, pine, grapefruit, and some pears. Maybe a little apple too. Very good though. I'm very pleased with the smell. If it tastes how it smells, it's gonna be very good, very refreshing. So Salute to all you guys. I'm gonna see how this goes. Hmm. That is extremely well balanced. Wow. That's a really good beer. And wanna know what I'm getting from this taste? I think it's those hops. It's not bad, but the best way to describe it is I'm getting that nickel kind of like metallic taste to it. A lot of beers do have that, so I know that's a common thing. So some of you guys will probably catch on to what I'm talking about, but it has that metallic-y nickel kind of taste to it. But it's not bad though. It's absolutely not bad. Mm, wow. It's got some bitterness to it, which I'm very excited about. I couldn't smell the bitterness, but absolutely, as soon as you take that sip, bitter, a little bit of a dry finish, a little bit, not too much. But I wonder if they did dry hop. They might have dry hopped once or whatever. I don't know how many times they do it, but I'm definitely getting that from the beer. Oh yeah, I can definitely tell. Yeah, I think they dry hop this, absolutely. Mm. Yeah, this pine, pears, kind of like an off apple, so that would be the pear, apricots, absolutely. The hops, the malt is, yeah, it's not a cereal malt. It is more of that brown sugar that makes sense. So obviously, I think the last beer review I did was the brown sugar ale. So if you like that, you're definitely gonna like this. There's not too much of it, don't get me wrong. I mean, the brown sugar ale was straight brown sugar, and this isn't. This is more of a balanced beer. So if you imagine the brown sugar ale, tone down the brown sugar and make it a more well-balanced beer with more hops, and you're basically gonna get this beer. That's the truth. Very, very good. So if you like the brown sugar ales, or the Lagunitas sucks, definitely go try this beer. Very, very good. Very refreshing. The hops though, it's very that astringent lingering. I get that all in my mouth. I feel like this is one of those beers that's gonna give you that horrible breath. You know, I'm just being honest. Sometimes craft beers can do that. You drink one or two of them, and you can literally like smell your own breath. It's not great. But the beer is very, very good. Very well balanced. I'm also getting a little bit of a rye taste too. That's interesting. Some rye with some beer. You don't usually get that. I don't drink liquor, but I have had like the rye whiskey, which is actually really good. What's it called? Old fashions are probably like my favorite, like go-to cocktail type of drink, you know. And a lot of those use rye, so I'm getting a rye taste with this. Very, very balanced though. Very smooth. Not too much. It's more of the aftertaste is the rye. Not like as soon as you sip it, you know. Which is good. I really like that. This is a beer that you gotta be careful with because with this beer, it's a strong beer, but it doesn't come off that strong. So I feel a lot of people would try this and underestimate it, like myself, and they drink all four of them, and then it hit them, and they'll just be out. So excuse me, but be careful with this beer, guys, because even though it is a strong packed straight up like pack a punch beer, man, it's packed. It's very good, but be careful because you don't taste it as much. You know, you don't get that impression when you're drinking it. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be mindful that this is a beer that's a creeper, man. It's gonna creep up on you for sure. Absolutely. And I gotta be honest, the alcohol taste really isn't that strong. Yeah, I can still taste it, but being a 10% beer, you would just think it'd be a lot more, and it's actually really smooth. It's not bad. The alcohol is hidden well with this. The malt is what comes off the strongest. even though I can taste the difference between like the hops and all that stuff. I've been doing this for so long, but the malt is the strongest. So the malt basically covers up this alcohol booziness, and it gives it a pretty balanced. It's a complex beer. It's a balanced but complex beer. They did it right because it has so many different things in it, you know. It has the hops, the fruit, the alcohol, the bitterness, the maltiness to it, the brown sugar. It has all these things, but it's balanced, which it's hard to find. It's hard to find a good, well balanced beer. And I always talk about that. I always say this beer is really good, but it could be a little more balanced. Therefore, I'm going to give it a lower score. But this beer is actually pretty well balanced, so this is going to get a good rating for sure. So, out of 10, guys, I think I'm going to give this beer, this is really good, so I think I'm going to give this an 8 for sure. This is going to be an 8 beer. And you guys who have been watching me from the beginning for the past half a year or whatever it's been, you guys know that, you know, I don't give beers a 10 out of 10. I think I did maybe one time because I'm that strong on the review. It's not going to earn that 10 unless it's truly one of the best ever. And this is a really good beer, but I'm going to give it the 8 because I've had other beers that I would drink rather than this beer. But I want to give it an 8 because it's very well balanced. And Two Brothers makes it look like they know what they're doing. If you try any of their other beer, it's really not that good. I'm going to be honest with you guys because that's what this is all about. Honest beer reviews. But this beer is good. So this one is the one to look for, ladies and gentlemen. Hop Centric. This is what you want to get. Get their double IPA. And I doubt they have a triple, but honestly, I'm going to be honest, it sounds bad, but it's the truth. If you're cautious about a beer from your company, get the strongest one because that alcohol is really gonna make the flavor more enjoyable. And it sounds bad, but that's the truth. So I know a lot of people probably think that. So, to sum this up, guys. Oh, by the way, this 4-pack cost me $10, which is really not bad. $10 is not bad for a 4-pack. 4-pack is some 10% beer. Absolutely not. Very good deal. And I bought this. Where did I go? I went to a random liquor store today to buy it. So you can get this anywhere. I have seen this in grocery stores like Jewel Osco or Meijer, Walmart places. They have this kind of stuff. Target has it too, I think. I'm not sure. I don't shop at Target too much. It's pretty expensive. I know it may make me sound ghetto. I really don't care. It's their food. Their food is way overpriced compared to most places. I don't go to Walmart because I don't like that ghetto-ness, but I don't shop at Target because they just completely overprice everything. So that's why I go to Meijer. I'm a Meijer man for sure. It's like a upscale Walmart with really good prices, but it's not ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's really nice. But to sum it up, guys, $10 for 4 beers, not a bad deal, especially 10%. Two Brothers, I'm gonna look up Artesian Brewery, brewing. It's on the can, so I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Hop Centric Double IPA, IBUs 100.1, very bitter, 9.9%, so 10% alcohol. Within this, you're gonna get a very well balanced but complex beer. It's gonna have a lot of brown sugar. It's gonna have a lot of, I guess some caramel notes you can put in there. Pears, apple, definitely some pine, a little grapefruit. And the booziness really isn't all that there. I think the bitterness also adds to that. So the bitterness adds to why it's not strong. But it's a very well balanced and good beer. A little astringent, you know, it lingers around, but overall, very solid beer. 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend it for you guys. So I have been Jake for this beer review. I hope you guys have a good night. I will catch you guys in either another beer review or a channeling. And I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. All right.